Please. Please, just... It just cuts out entirely. This is so poorly made. Yes!
No more heroes.
Desperate.
God damn, that was a desperate struggle. Hello, my violence-loving buddies. This is The Passion, also known as Mikkel, and welcome to another No More Side Jobs segment. And we're gonna currently struggle with this. God damn. This is what my purple Wii remote was doing when it first came out of the box. It was just jitting around like this. I can point it directly at the screen, and it's, there we go. Oh, please, please. Fuck! Ah, come on. Close enough.
No more
Please.
heroes.
Please.
Desperate struggle.
Oh, thank God. Thank God for that one. Actually, no, don't get God involved. There's no more heroes, baby. Alright, so for this episode, I'm going to introduce the Pizza with a Vengeance mission. It's a wonderful little side job. I really like it. It reminds me way more of Match Rider. And that's a wonderful 8-bit video game I used to play on the... on this pretty much ROM hack little console, like plug in and play TV thing, called the Game Zone. There's this wonderful blue console. It came with 2 controllers straight out the box. Swallowed a crap load of batteries. I'll get onto that a bit later. And also I'm going to talk about my MCM London Comic Con experiences, because those have been wonderful times. Like, honestly, I can only be happy every time I think about my times at London MCM. Those Comic Cons are incredible. But right, so Pizza with a Vengeance, right? It's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for a good goddamn reason, because it's kind of the only way you get to just freely ride around on a motorcycle that's not directly... but it's not directly to do with anything in Santa Destroy, because we just got this wonderful menu system, which, in my book, it does and doesn't work. Like, it's easy to navigate through, so thank goodness. It's not like the wonderful Smash Bros. Smash Bros. I think it's Smash 4 and Smash Bros. Ultimate menus. I think those are the ones loads of people have a problem with. But right, anyway, so Santa Destroy needs you. Pizza Bat's putting all the family pizzerias out of business, the most beloved of them all. Pizza Suplex has been a fixture of this town for generations, but now it's about to go bankrupt. They need top-notch delivery men to turn things around. Deliver the pizzas to all customers within the time limit. There we go, baby. Pizza with a vengeance. Oh, so cute. Look at him go. It's got some of that width. Some of the back width. Let's get into this. Oh. There we go. He's got this gear shift system and stuff. I already forgot to pay attention to the controls. Okay, it's dead. Alright. So you just go low, and then you go low, and then you just go high when you can. Oh, that's a car. And you also got these little canisters you can get hold of, and it gives you a little boost. But it can be a little bit tricky to tell the difference between like a car and a can. Whoa! Ooh. Like, the first segment's okay. Oh, that's definitely not a car. Oh shit. There we go. It's kind of cool to be rolling around like this. Enjoying the open road. The only thing this is obviously missing is... The only thing this is clearly missing is the gun. Is just having a gun firing away out the front of the motorcycle. That's always cool as hell. All freaking always... Oh shit. Freaking always cool. Always cool to have a motorcycle with guns shooting out the front. Because I always wanted another Match Rider game. Ever since I played on the Game Zone so many years ago. Oh, there we go. There's little chubby Travis with his motorcycle helmet. Finally wearing it. Whoop! There we go. But yeah, the Game Zone, that was like a wonderful... I think that was literally my... That was my second console. That was my second game console. That was in my home. Yeah, it's obviously just a ROM hack. I think that's what the term is, a ROM hack. But, and it claimed to have 118 games in one. The very first console I ever had in my own home was, what was it called? Actually, I'll look it up right now. The first console that was ever in my own home was it's called a GX 4000, right? And actually, my dad, he played that game like crazy. He played that console like crazy. I only remember holding the controller like once or twice, but no, he just went ham on that goddamn thing. It's nuts. Like, you freaking love that console, man. Like, he played it to it literally burnt out. And I think it was UK made, actually. I think it was a UK made console. I'll probably just correct myself on the screen if I horribly got that wrong. But there wasn't that many units sold. I think it's probably less than 1 million units. It's less than 100 units, I think. 100,000 units, I should say. It's less than 100. Well, less than 100,000 units made. So that's the first console, and then the second one in our home was the Game Zone, which is, yeah, the TV, plug-and-play TV console, right? And that was a lot of fun for me and Dwight, because despite claiming it had 118 games, it probably had about, I don't know, 30, 40 games, something like that. And it's just hacks, it's just ROM hacks of different games. So we're talking Contra, we're talking Super Mario Bros. Track and Field, Circus Charlie, all sorts of different games like that, and that was a lot of fun. Like, I thought that was the best thing ever, like a game console and has so many games built in one. Like, this is crazy, despite the graphics not being as good as like the N64, because I was aware of the N64 at the time, PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2, like stuff like that. But it was nutty. Then the first official game console I managed to get hold of, well, one of the big baller names, was a GameCube. So once I got hold of GameCube, it was for Christmas from one of my sisters and her boyfriend at the time, before they got married and stuff. But yeah, it's super cool. It's super cool to finally have a GameCube, and that was such an exciting day because it was bundled with Mario Kart Double Dash, and once and it's a silver one, right? That's what made it extra cool for me. But best part was that once Dwight, my brother, once we got a second controller for him, we just played co-op Double Dash all the freaking time. Like, I would always be driving, he would always be using items, right? And that was fantastic. Those amazing times playing Double Dash with him. Because there's one instance we're on what is it? Mushroom City, and we're just coming up to the finish line. We already rolled ahead with a star. We were doing way ahead of a star already. And one of those bomb cars starts rolling in. And we're like, oh sugar, this is going to be pretty bad. And there's a star on the road because we just love using Yoshi, and more often than not, like, an egg would crack open. The egg would crack open and a star would just be sitting on the road waiting for us. And I honestly thought, are we even going to make it? I was just like, oh my goodness, are we going to make it? Are we going to make it? And then the explosion goes off, and it's almost, it's almost like we were in like shell shock for like a split second, and then the sound rolled in, just that bubbly tune of star power, just. And like, oh, we just friggin' cheered, rolled over the line. It was amazing. I don't think we got like we didn't get some like time trial amazing, like some sort of world record breaking time or whatever. It was just an outstanding experience. Just it's little things like that, man. It's just wonderful. And we did pretty good. I think we did pretty good of for what we had going for us. We managed to come up with like decent teams and stuff. Because I loved going King Boo, and Dwight would pick Yoshi, so that way more often than not we'd always have Yoshi eggs like ready to go. We didn't like Birdo because we thought Birdo was just a freak. Just like more often than not, just that sound, just it talking, just made me want to retch. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. That was a lot of fun playing Mario Kart Double Dash. It's an amazing game console. But yeah, sorry, going back to my Match Rider point. Yeah, Match Rider was on the Game Zone, and it was one of the few games that didn't get cloned like crazy. I guess because it didn't seem to have a lot of definitive stages. It was just a bunch of roads, and then you just sped along it like crazy and shot different bad guys and stuff. Like, it was so much fun. After playing this, I'm gonna do what I can to just find my game zone, probably at least this year, and play Match Rider, because I never got good at playing Match Rider, because I didn't really like racing games all that much back then. But then after Double Dash, I was like, yeah, this is pretty cool. And then, yeah, then playing this, and yeah, it actually got me, at the time of playing No More Heroes 2, I did actually end up playing Match Rider for a bit, and that was so much fun. It was so much fun just rolling back to that, because it's just this kind of art style when it comes to these 2D side jobs that just encourages you to be like, oh yeah, remember this game? It prompts you. It's pretty cool. Right. You'll become a legend for pizza fans everywhere. College dropouts with munchies shall forever know your name. I'll be absolutely fucking honored to have Travis Touchdown turn up back when I was in college or university and just rocks up with pizza. I'll be like, oh my god. I'll be like, see you soon, my third-rater brother. Like, just give him a fist bump, just let him get on with his day, because he's probably on a frigging harsh time limit. Right, so we're going to talking about MCM London Comic Con. Those were wonderful times in the early days, right? So this is back in my first college. A friend of mine, Honey. I can't quite remember how it came about. I think we were talking about anime, and it's just one of the rare instances. No, they were talking about anime. I was just like, oh, I like anime as well. And then the conversation just rolled over to Honey inviting me to go into London MCM Comic Con. I'm like, oh, what's that? And she says, oh, it's a convention where like loads of anime stuff and superhero stuff and all sorts and that sort of thing. That's like my rough, that's my rough memory of that experience, because we're just in the it's pretty much like a lounge. It's like a college lounge room, just chilling out there. And usually when it came to outdoor sports students, for whatever reason we just gravitated towards animal care students. I don't know why, but it was pretty cool to meet Honey. And yeah, we headed up, and it's a trippy time, because it's the first time it's actually the first time I ever travelled on the train with friends that I'd only known her for, feels like not even a full 2 weeks. And then I just like totally agree to this amazing opportunity, this amazing invite. Just be like, oh, okay, that's cool. And there's me like back in the day when I was like super dork, like just barely hung out with people and stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, that's really cool. Super nice of you on that. And well, secretly, I don't think that showed on the outside. Just played as safe as I could. Sort of fake it till you make it, brave face, all that shit. And what was it? So we head up on the train. Honey's in cosplay. I think this is back in her My Little Pony phase, I think it was. And I was honestly blown away as soon as I walked into because it's a massive, it's one of the massive like convention halls kind of thing, and you gotta stroll through, and it's just zigzags of queues, and just going up and down. I was just seeing so many cosplayers. Like, my brain was just overloaded. I was like, oh my goodness, there's Adventure Time, and there's Dragon Ball, there's The Flash, and there's Superman. Like, this is nuts. And I think that's, oh, is that a bit of Bleach over there? Huh? Like, it's crazy. It's absolutely maddening. It's absolutely crazy. Like, I found it to be such an amazing time, just being able to just stroll around and just see so many people just dress up as their favorite characters from different shows, video games, animes, cartoons, all sorts. It was incredible. It was absolutely incredible. Like, it felt like what I imagined an internet forum to be, but then about over 100 of them were just overlaid across each other and instead of the characters, instead of like the different characters in their own separate shows, they were all just overlaid in this big, it's like a massive walking collage of just entertainment media, and it's outstanding to see. It was amazing. Like, people of all ages turning up there, just wonderful. It was such an amazing time, just seeing that for myself. And then the sheer amount of merch. Every time I went to MCM, I bought a stupid amount of merch for, I think it was the first 3-4 years, something like that. And I'd do, on my Facebook, I would do burst of merch pictures. I'd at least do a burst of merch picture. And then I did burst of merch video, and that was essentially just, oh, look at my shit, like, just brag. Just doing a comical brag of just all the cool shit I managed to find and buy. It's so wonderful. I even started vlogging. I even vlogged my MCM escapades, and those were wonderful, hilarious times. I regret the drunk ones a lot. I regret the drunk ones a lot. I never got myself in any kind of trouble, so I'm happy with that. Jesus Christ. Oh my goodness. Like, the nightlife of MCM, like, before the event organizers, like, blocked off the green, those were super cool. But what was the downside of it was people would leave their rubbish everywhere. That's the only thing that really ruined the experience, really, because the next morning you would head in and there'll be people that work at the convention center just clearing up the rubbish that shitloads of people had left. That's the only thing I was like really not okay with when it came to the nightlife of MCM. Essentially, it's the after party of MCM. Those are always fantastic because cosplayers just commit and stick to their and stay in their cosplay, even if it's like kind of falling apart in places, or they just return to their room and just put away like the largest, most obstructing part of the cosplay or something. So that's always cool. And yeah, it's just hard to it's hard to go to an MCM after party and just not hear pretty much only weeb music. From different anime openings, anime soundtracks, like, it's just nuts. And just loads of stuff from just geek culture soundtracks in general. It's just so much fun. It's so much goddamn fun. I really enjoyed playing. I really enjoyed the part of the nightlife that has people just bring in like fat ass friggin' huge speakers and you just blast whatever tunes you want out of that, and it's just it is literally the closest thing to me having a dance party on the street. Like, it's such a Guyanese thing to me. Like, it's such a almost like a punk kind of thing. You just like making do what you got and making it cool anyway. Like, I freaking love that shit. That was actually amazing. That was my favourite part of MCM. Was, well, unofficial part of it, because it's not like they organise it or something. It's just what people decide to do after the event's over, after the day is done. But so much goddamn fun. So much goddamn fun. And Honey, she introduced me to the rest of her friends soon after taking me to Comic Con, and that was Honey, Callum, Alice, and Joel. Like, straight up, you guys, like, oh my goodness, like, best squad, best squad, straight up. Like, me and Callum, we can have a conversation from the May MCM event. From the event that's back in May, and we could continue that conversation in October. Like, there was no time had passed. Like, that's some powerful freaking friendship right there. Like, it's beautiful. It's absolutely nuts. It's amazing like that. And like, it's just cool to just be friends of cosplayers, because it's Alice and Honey. They're both out of the whole squad. They're the two cosplayers, and I just got the biggest respect for them, man. Like, because once they kind of pointed out like how some of the stuff was made, I was just like, Jesus, and this is like done completely off your own back. Like, it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts. And I started getting just a sharper eye for when it comes to cosplays, because they make it themselves, and whenever I go visit around theirs, or like sometimes I would see cosplays that like sort of part way there. Like I actually get to see the sort of one part of the creative stage or another, and it was so interesting to me. I was just like, wow, like they're really just, because I was an outdoor sports student at the time, and then I was just writing as a hobby. Like I didn't really emerge as a creative person fully, but I understood that it is a process and it takes a lot of friggin' time and hard work. And I didn't know how many like problems you kind of had to solve along the way, but I assumed there was a lot. But then like as you get like more cosplays under your belt, like it can be easier, and then it can be harder depending how elaborate the next cosplay is. But yeah, I started just going around and just taking pictures of different cosplayers, and it was just amazing. Like one of my favorite ones is Guts cosplayer from Berserk. Like I saw him, right, and he even had several arrows like sticking out of him, and I just ran over to him. I was like, dude, like this is like the best Guts cosplay I've ever freaking seen. Like, just I was just babbling, like, because I never really got into Guts, but I was aware of the character. I was aware of the character and what the series was about, and it was just how freaking tough and badass he looked. It almost felt like he caught the atmosphere of the character. He caught the atmosphere and almost like the aura of the motherfucker. I don't know. He almost caught the aura of the goddamn badass. Like, it's just amazing to see that. And it's just this nice, super chill guy. So, oh, thanks so much, man. I was just like, holy shit, I need a picture. Like, so badly. Just and it's just amazing. I was just so dazzled. Like, I don't know what it was. I think I don't know. I pretty much get starstruck in a way. I don't know. Like, I'm able to suspend my sense of disbelief. Like, I know, almost well, to some degree, that I'm just like, holy crap, like this is genuinely incredible. And it won't be like one of those like super elaborate cosplays and it looks like it took a team of people to make it or something. Like, no, those aren't always the ones that catch my attention. It can be just like the most budget looking cosplay, like that frigging armor on the Guts cosplayer. Like, I'm pretty sure it's like some kind of duct tape kind of thing, just layered over and over again. But no, it's outstanding, man. I freaking loved it. It was really cool. There's so many cosplayers that I've just met in my time, and so many of them are so goddamn cool. There's even when The Walking Dead was a really big thing. There's a zombie cosplayer, and he comes snarling up at me, and like pretends to like take a bite out of my neck, and then I do a because I must have had the mask on my mind at the time. I just do this not even like hammy death really. I just do this proper dramatic, like just and I just choking and crap like that, like I'm choking on my own blood, and I'm just hanging on to Callum, hanging on to Callum, and then just act like I passed away, and that's so entertaining that the zombie cosplay literally broke out of character. He's like, dude, that's really fucking cool. I don't know. I guess it's just amazing. It's just fun to do that. That's the closest I've got to just really being involved in someone else's cosplay when it came to the role play side of it, and that was fun. I'd die again. I'd die again in a cosplay sense. That'd be fun. In a roleplay sort of way, that'd be kind of funny and cool. I did attempt to cosplay once, and it was Grey Hulk, and literally I just painted myself grey, ripped up some shorts, and that was it. Like, I didn't even bother putting I think it's like this powder that you should put on body paint so that it doesn't rub off as easily, and I just didn't know about that. It was only till after, but it was funny because on the day, because I had to travel in and stay in a hostel. So I had to travel in from the hostel that was still in London, and then meet up with the Twat Pack from there. And it was it was so funny. Callum could not spot me. It was actually quite funny. I was literally looking directly at him for about 3 minutes, and he could not find me. just the body paint does wonders, man. Does wonders. So I found that pretty cool. But I headed up like in a hoodie. I didn't just stroll around London just topless. And it kind of reminded me of Electro from The Amazing Spider-Man 2. I was like, that'd be kind of a fun one to do maybe. I never did. I never cosplayed again after that because it takes way more creative craft than just painting yourself. Just body painting yourself and just ripping up a pair of shorts. Like, I was just like, nah, because plus I was just way off. I was way off from from even being of like kind of the right physique or blah blah blah. Like, there are loads of things I couldn't capture about the character with the costume that I'd made. That is essentially my point. You can be any physique you want when it comes to a cosplay. Like, absolutely. Don't get me wrong on my previous point, there. But for me, when I want to create something, I want to try and capture as much of it as possible, of like what I'm feeling, and try and project it into what I'm creating as much as I can. So, if it is a goddamn tragic scene in a story, I'd want the story beats. I want the story beats to slow the hell down and really examine and really glare at what has got this character so horrified. Not just be, oh, and they were stabbed and it really fucking hurt. Like, no, like, why did that hurt? Why was that so unexpected? Like, this, I really wanted to capture, I wanted to try and capture that, but no, it just wasn't quite enough. It wasn't quite enough how I did it. I would like to cosplay in the future. I would like to create and make outfits and stuff, but I don't have the skill or prowess yet. I would love to, though. I'd love to. I'm not sure what I'd make, but it'll be just all sorts of fun, just to dress up as different characters I friggin' love. Like, hell, maybe maybe like an OC, maybe a No More Heroes OC. Just get the most cringeworthy one out of the way with straight away. Just make a cosplay OC. Just scream at people not to steal it. And there's all sorts of characters. It'll be interesting to do Cyborg from Young Justice Young Justice Outsiders. There we go, not Invasion, Outsiders. Because that version of Cyborg, god damn, that is a cool freaking outfit. Like, absolutely amazing. Like, I just frigging love it. Like, there's only like a few sort of cybernetic parts to even make. And what I like about some like sort of superhero outfits, and just, I think it's especially why anime is like so popular, is because they can be wearing regular clothes and they still look freaking cool. Like, absolutely love that kind of stuff. Like, and I think that partly helped out when it came to the cosplay scene of Attack on Titan, because when it came to the different cores, it was the same, as essentially the same clothing, but it would be a different symbol on the attire. But the exciting part when it came to Attack on Titan cosplayers was how they get the maneuver gear. How they get the maneuver gear to actually like seem fairly to scale and stuff like that. But don't get me wrong, like, seeing any iteration of any kind, and if it's off in different ways, I don't see that as a bad thing. If it just seems sort of disproportionate to the scale of like the show or something, that is not a bad thing. That really is not. Because like, it actually gets me kind of mad when different cosplayers, they criticize each other, like, horribly, man. Like, they just shit on each other. Like, I've seen it before. Like, someone just shit on each other for their cosplays, even though, and it might not even be the same character as well. It could be just a show that they care about, and understand that, yeah, you care about it, but just because you're not happy with someone else's end result doesn't mean you just charge over and be like, oh no, it's dumb, this isn't, that is wrong. Like, no, if anything, people forget how hard it is to really translate something that is fictional with very different rules when it comes to how characters are put together and drawn and stuff, and shifting that over to the real world. There are different types of cosplays in my mind. It can be the same character, and there could be six different interpretations. But I was talking to my girlfriend about this last MCM we went to, and show accurate cosplays, and then there's functional cosplays. Like, what I mean functional is that, like, as if they translate the character and shifted their outfit around enough that it can fit into the real world. Now, I bumped into a Goku cosplayer, and his hair was not gelled up at all. His hair was not gelled up as a Super Saiyan or in Goku's classic hair shape. No, none of that. It was literally... best way to describe it is pretty much... Okay, try and imagine literally a jungle boy, and he decides to wear an orange and blue gi, and he's got this bright red stick, this bright red smoothed off pole, right? That is probably one of my favorite like Goku cosplays ever. When it comes to measuring it as a realism interpretation, a realistic interpretation of a character with realism in mind, not making it as show accurate as possible. Just rolling with what they got, and this dude had beautiful, lovely flowing locks, man. It was absolutely beautiful. I was just like, god damn. I was a bit tempted to ask him what his hair care routine was. Like, that's how nice his hair was. But it wasn't greasy. It was unruly enough that it would be like, yep, this is what I believe Goku would look like in real life. He would have Jungle Boy hair. Like, all he's concerned about is fighting, right? Would he really, like, deliberately go out of his way to shape his hair a certain way? No. It would just grow into that shape and it would just kind of stay there. Because Saiyan cells and stuff, right? They would just stay as this, like, sort of semi-unruly shape. Well, not even like a mess, really, but, like... stuff like that, man. I just find it super cool. And I think that's why idol cosplays are so popular as well. Because they're... to scale... those can be put to scale, like, fairly easily. Actually, no, I don't want to say fairly easy. I'm being stupid. I can't even make cosplays. I'm not be saying that. But the realism factor can be created. You can make an idol's outfit if it's not too elaborate. If there's not too many belt buckles and shit like. Just that sort of thing. But yeah, it's super cool to see when somebody makes a show accurate cosplay as well. Like, I ain't bashing it. I ain't bashing any kind of cosplay really. Like, hell, even the deliberate budget cosplays, freaking incredible. Like, they're quite. I just find them so interesting. I'm just like, oh, how did they do that? And like, they just made do with the materials they had. They didn't just be like, guess it's worthless because I don't have this kind of material. And just, I was going to say PVC, but I'm not even sure. But I just really love cosplays of just any caliber. I just find them so interesting. It's when they can capture the essence of a character. I'm just like, yep, they've done that damn right. They've done that damn right, and I friggin' love it. Best way to appreciate any kind of art. Just enjoy it for what it is. Don't have... You can have your criticisms and stuff, but don't literally just run up to the person and be like, oh yeah, this is bad for this reason. Like, they didn't frigging ask. Like, they didn't ask you to be shat on in public, man. Like, I find that so strange. People think they can just do that. It's really weird. But yeah, again, like I've said before, just keep your eyes open. Keep your eyes open and just savor what's around you, because I know you can see a cosplay one day that inspires you to make your own. That's if you're into that sort of thing, or at bare minimum, just to praise and appreciate the ones that are more around you. Like, minus my rant aside, is a wonderful thing. It's just so cool to see how people can be creative with physical materials and just really create something. They can really create something like pretty much as iconic as the character they're trying to emulate. Like, I've seen a Samus cosplayer, and the arm cannon actually opens up. Like when it's ready to launch a missile, it actually opens up like that, and I'm like, that's incredible. And then she was giving a tutorial, still in her cosplay. No, she's giving some sort of like panel talk, still in her cosplay, And I'm like, that's incredible. I think she's even explaining how the arm cannon worked, like from the inside out. And I'm like, that is actually amazing. And the lady, she seems so settled in the outfit that I'm just like, yeah, if I was like 10 years old or something, I'd literally believe that, like, yeah, Samus was just giving a panel talk. Like, that. They capture the essence of the characters so well, that they're comfortable in the cosplay. They're just, well, comfortable enough. They just seem on the outside they're comfortable. Because, man, cosplays are, from what I've been told and what I've been shown, yeah, cosplays are hella uncomfortable. Hella uncomfortable, and can be all kinds of fragile as well, depending what you, how far it veers off from your physical body. Like, Jesus. But it's truly an amazing thing. Truly amazing thing, cosplays. When cosplayers try to create a cosplay about, and when it's a robot, I'm like, hells yeah, I want to see how this can work. And when it's some kind of animal, of course I want to see how that works. How to Train Your Dragon. Goddamn Night Fury, baby. Toothless. Like, so happy to see that, man. So happy to see Toothless in cosplay. So interesting. When it's Predator. When it's a Xenomorph. When it's the goddamn Pillar Men. I still ain't seen the Pillar Men in person, I think, as cosplayers. But I've seen definitely a lot of JoJo cosplayers. Especially Passion. It's so wonderful to see a full Passion crew. Because then... Like, because they're a group in and outside of the cosplays. Like, the stuff like that is just beautiful. It's really nice to see group cosplays. I remember watching a Ruby cosplay competition. That was fantastic. There's a Crow cosplayer there, and his sword actually did turn into a scythe as well. I'm like, that was absolutely incredible. I was so happy to see that. And two of my favorite characters are Pyrrha and Nora. Both the cosplayers walked up, and I think they built their cosplays in a week. And when it comes to the body armor scaling for Pyrrha's body armor, like, well, sort of leg armor, I was so impressed. I was like, wow, it really makes it seem like the armor for the legs is almost like an extension of the heels, of the boot heels. I was like, that's amazing. That just naturally, like, travels up and fits to the rest of the outfit. I'm like, that's incredible, and they made that in a week. I'm like, that's actually nuts. That's some true prowess and skill, and I love that stuff, man. Overall, this Tower of Babbling is just like, yeah, I like creative people a lot. I like creative people a lot, and then just when they make super cool things, just however they can, and pretty much in any format. Now I think harder about it, but like, we all have the ability to some degree to create something. Like, just form some sort of piece of iconic artwork. If it's on paper, if it's on a screen, and even if it's on your own goddamn body, and it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing thing. I think it's what kind of brings people together. Really? And I don't know. I just hope to meet more people that just freaking love that. That just love seeing just different creative artists doing anything, because that's just a fantastic time. Right, I'll end things off from here. I think I babbled on long enough. But yeah, that's Pizza of a Vengeance. That's me even mentioning Match Rider. And yeah, that's me talking about MCM Comic Con. And I'm super looking forward to going to Comic Cons again, because it's been so long. Looking forward to that. But until then, it's been DePassion, also known as Mikkel. See you on the next journey. Take care.